I'm Ali Simpson. I'm a stand-up comedian, a lot of comedy. Do too much comedy, talk about comedy too much, produce comedy, drive to comedy, get stranded before or after doing comedy. Most of my free hours are spent doing that. I have a boyfriend. I've been dating him for 2 years, which has been my longest relationship to date. I am a serial monogamist. I've had a lot of different jobs from New York, tried to work in publishing there, did a lot of writing. Oh, give me questions. What is or are the must-dos on your bucket list? I think about the must-dos on my bucket list a lot. I have notebooks full of lists of all the things I want to do. A specific bucket list to-dos. Okay, I want to visit most, if not all, national parks to see all the beautiful things in this country. Maybe Canada and Mexico, the whole continent. I want to go to all the natural beauties of the entire continent. I want to live outside for an extended period of time. I want to get on late night because I'm a fucking comedian, obviously. Like, everything around me is telling me that I should live a certain way, but I don't want to. I just want to go see stuff. I want to go do stuff. Be relatively a selfish person. Those are all my things that I want to do. Yeah. A bucket list item was to start try stand-up comedy. Did that. Sweet. Traveling across the country, I did that. To drive a car over 100 miles an hour for an extended period of time, did that. Oh, threesomes, did that. Had threesomes, definitely a major bucket list item. I'm very happy with my life. I think if you ask me, if you ask most people, is this where you saw yourself 5 years ago, 10 years ago? No. If you asked me 10 years ago when I was 19, I would have been like, oh yeah, I'm probably working for like a mid-market city paper, despite the fact that print is crumbling. So I didn't imagine myself in Maine doing stand-up comedy, working for a nonprofit, doing office work. I've never really thought about my future at all. Like, I'm someone who lives pretty in the moment. Even moving up here, I decided that on a whim. If you're gonna be overworked and underpaid, join AmeriCorps and move to Maine. This is basically like the personification of my last mushrooms trip. Like, I feel like that question came from the void. Like, what would you have done? What should you have done differently? It's never like the bad financial choices, which weren't really that bad, you know? Like, you know, it's not like I've been like $1,000 of credit card debt. Most of the things I look back on and think I should have done differently, mostly my relationships with people. I got into a lot of bad relationships, whether it was a friendship or a relationship with a person who is toxic. And I have a lot of pain, you got a lot of pain, like, let's get into it, I'll help you, don't worry. And then it's like, oh my god, either my help was not helpful or I was taken advantage of in some way. That's the only thing I'd change is treating people better, treating more people better, avoiding assholes. Only think about the future when I'm with either someone very close to me or a significant other. A lot of major plans I've made have been on my own. So most of the time, most of my plans alone are more like directionless. I think when you have a friend, cool shit like the bucket list item, the road trip, going cross country on a road trip, that was with one of my best friends at the time. And that actually helped me get out of a very abusive relationship. In my idealized self, I'm like living alone, like I'm one of those like cool witchy ladies we all want to be, with a bunch of like birds and cats living in the wilderness, but like respected by the local children. Like when I imagine myself, I don't really think about seeking a life partner. It's not really a priority. Yes, I think unfortunately, particularly every woman has had to deal with, oh, you'll change your mind. Especially once we outlaw abortion everywhere, change your mind. Almost any older women, except for ones I actually respect, have said that to me. Pregnancy, marriage, settling down, getting a house, getting the 2.5 dogs and 3 kids. And as a young person, basically my teens, my response to that was much more like, ugh, fuck you, it's so condescending. And it is. It's super condescending. It always really bothered me as a younger person, and now I get it less now, a little bit. I'm a bad bitch, don't take any shit. I don't know why I get it less now. It's either because people have given up on me, or, well, I haven't changed my mind yet. I think a lot of people accept that as like inevitable, because it does wear you down. You're bombarded by all your friends start doing it. You realize you're like, oh shit, I'm moving apartment year to year. And all of that starts to look not just inevitable but easier. Is that what giving up looks like, or is that just realizing what you want? That does bring meaning to a lot of people's lives, and you're just like, oh man, like, what do I do? Once you gain more of that experience perspective, you see why people say it. Normal brain fear, like, happens sometimes where I'm afraid of dying alone. I've always felt pretty alone. My family moved around a lot because they were in the military. Friendship satisfaction I did get was very temporary, so it's like, oh shit, it's just me right now? And the only person that can help you start over is yourself. It's more, if you have the chance to, living a life where you're not so alone, I suppose. That's more important than whether at the end, whatever your end is gonna be, whether there are people there with you. I guess the future of dating, because you can just find people you would never meet on Tinder, which I think is great. I think some of my problems have come from like dating in my friend group, or like just around the people you're just in proximity with. If you just rely on your current social networks, you are limiting yourself. I think the dating world is going to open up even more. New definitions are going to be created. I think people are going to be more open about sexuality, I hope. There's more of a spectrum of expressible sexuality. And let's keep that going, people! Oh, yay! I like this one. I'm in pickleback version. Pickleback version. Yeah, picklebacks are my bread and butter. Haha, pickle pun, what? But this is just pickle juice. No, I like it. It's delicious. Thanks for watching Serial Monogamists.